Everyone's looking at the 99-67 score, but they're missing the real story. Sarah Strong's most dominant play in the FSU game wasn't a shot. It was a pass, and it's the reason this team is already unstoppable.
Prime Field.
She scored 21 points. She played 23 minutes. The scoreboard recorded 9 rebounds and 4 assists. The box score did not capture the full story. UConn converted 42 points off turnovers. The Huskies scored 24 fast break points. Those numbers began in the front court. They began with Sarah Strong. This film asks a central question. How does a performance that looks quiet on paper become the engine of a dominant win? The answer lies in the margins, in defensive reads, in one-pass outlets, in decisions made before opponents can react. This is an examination of a player who altered the flow of a game without demanding the ball on every possession. It is an inquiry into system control over statistics. To understand that control, first examine the plays that change the game. Not every defining performance is a sequence of long highlights. Some are a string of small, conclusive moments. In the second quarter against Florida State, 3 possessions exemplified Strong's influence. First, an early Q2 rotation. Trailing by 6, Strong read an interior kickout and executed a help-the-helper rotation to the weak side. The result was an FSU turnover. AZ Fudd converted the ensuing transition. That stop began a run. During the 22-4 surge to close the half, FSU turned the ball over 8 times in 5.5 minutes. Strong's positioning directly forced at least 3 of those miscues. Second, a post-to-guard switch later in the same quarter. Strong, at 6'2", switched onto a perimeter guard during an action involving Sol Williams and Sydney Bowles. Her length and lateral positioning altered the guard's pull-up and produced a turnover. KK Arnold then advanced the ball in transition, converting the defensive stop into an immediate numbers advantage. That sequence demonstrates how front-court defense created guard-led transition opportunities. Third, a defensive rebound turned to instant offense. Strong secured a board, recognized that FSU's half-court press had not reset, and delivered a no-dribble outlet to Kayleigh Heckel at midcourt. 3 seconds later, UConn scored. The possession illustrates the precise chain: rebound, outlet, sprint, finish. It is a conversion that exists outside traditional scoring metrics. These plays are not isolated. They connect to team-wide output. The next chapter examines the statistical architecture behind the impact. Numbers contextualize decisiveness. UConn's 42 points off turnovers and 24 fast break points did not arise by accident. They were a product of anticipatory defense and rapid ball movement. UConn forced 23 turnovers that yielded 42 points. In the second quarter alone, 8 turnovers produced 7 immediate offensive advantages. Strong's defensive reads, whether by interception, rotation, or contested switch, were instrumental in creating those opportunities. Strong recorded 9 rebounds in 23 minutes, 7 of which catalyzed second chance or immediate transition possessions. Her rebounding was not merely about possession, it was about passage. The outlet pass became the fulcrum. Each quick feed into the backcourt shortened the opponent's recovery time and generated high-percentage transition attempts for guards and wings. The bench differential further quantifies the downstream effect. UConn's bench outscored Florida State's bench 37-17. Kayleigh Heckel contributed 12 points and 6 steals off the bench. Those numbers align with front-court-initiated transition play. Role players prospered when the ball arrived ahead of a set defense. The statistical portrait points to a particular skill set, outlet passing and decision efficiency, that merits closer inspection. In transition basketball, the first pass after a rebound is as consequential as the rebound itself. Strong's outlet passing in this game was efficient and decisive. All 4 of Strong's assists in the contest came directly from live ball situations she had a hand in creating. She produced those assists with no turnovers on those possessions. That combination, direct creation plus secure distribution, reduced wasted motion and maximized conversion rate. During the 22-4 run, Strong fired multiple immediate passes from the defensive glass to guards pushing the floor. Those one-pass conversions allowed UConn to exploit disorganized defense. The speed of pass and fill removed the half-court reset and transformed defensive rebounds into quick scoring opportunities. KK Arnold's fast break chances further exemplify the effect. Of Arnold's 7 points, at least 3 were derived from receiving direct outlets in transition. In each case, the sequence was simple: defensive rebound, direct outlet, sprint, finish. That simplicity underpinned the team's conversion efficiency. Outlet passing is one aspect of a larger evolution in Strong's game. The next chapter traces that development from freshman tendencies to sophomore integration. context matters. Strong entered college as the top recruit in her class. As a freshman, she often defaulted to facilitation. Coach Gino Auriemma observed that she would habitually search for the pass when she received the ball. Who am I going to pass to? Rather than assert a scoring attempt. That tendency shaped early usage and produced measurable assist totals, but also hesitation in scoring moments. In the sophomore season, the approach shifted. Against Louisville in the opener, Strong took 17 shots and produced a full 40-minute performance that prioritized scoring alongside playmaking. Against Florida State, she recorded 21 points on 7 of 10 shooting in 23 minutes, with 4 assists and 0 turnovers. The statistical line indicates an evolved balance. She looked to score more, while maintaining distribution and decision security. Auriemma's coaching emphasis is clear: develop instinctive responses that marry facilitation with assertive scoring. The FSU game demonstrates that balance. Strong did not sacrifice team principles for personal numbers. Instead, she integrated scoring aggression into an existing pass-first foundation. The evolution is visible not only in choices with the ball, but in defensive versatility, an attribute that redefined matchup problems for opponents. A defining aspect of Strong's influence was positional malleability. At 6'2", she defended interior players and perimeter guards within the same sequence. When matched on Sol Williams in the post, Strong's presence altered FSU's interior efficiency. 2 of Williams' misses coincided with Strong's direct coverage, and several possessions ended in turnovers stemming from that contest. More than raw blocks or steals, the result was disrupted decision-making in the half-court sets. On multiple pick-and-roll sequences, Strong switched onto smaller guards. Her length and lateral positioning made pull-up attempts uncomfortable and increased telegraph passing. Those forced choices contributed to the turnover tally. The ambiguity of her role, capable of defending multiple positions, created cognitive load for opposition ball handlers. The tactical consequence is straightforward. Opposing offensive design depends on predictable matchups. Strong introduced unpredictability. When opponents attempted to clear her out, the strategy failed because she could guard it across positions and still contribute the ball in transition. Measured against a recent benchmark, the FSU performance reads differently. The following chapter places this game beside the Louisville opener to clarify the nature of the impact. A week earlier, Strong produced 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in 40 minutes against Louisville. That performance was a volume-driven, focal point outing. The Huskies relied on her scoring to secure the win. Against Florida State, she again scored 21 points, but in 23 minutes and on 7 of 10 shooting. The context was different. The team did not require her to be the primary scoring engine. Instead, she supplied structural defense and transition generation. The same point total, achieved with fewer touches and fewer minutes, signaled a different kind of control. Put another way, Louisville was volume dominance. FSU was systemic dominance. One game highlighted individual accumulation. The other highlighted multiplication. How one player's reads amplified team output. The latter is the more durable contribution in a championship system. The implication extends beyond a single game. The final chapter assesses the likely impact moving forward. The FSU performance reframes a player profile. Sarah Strong's influence in this game was not confined to scoring. It manifested in forced turnovers, rapid outlets, and matchup ambiguity. Those elements produced 42 points off turnovers and 24 fast break points. Team-wide outcomes that reflect front-court initiation as much as back-court finishing. This version of Strong changes preparation for opponents. Scouting reports can list shot attempts and rebound totals. They cannot precisely time when an anticipatory rotation will create a fast break. By the time the stat sheet updates, the game clock has often already tilted. The practical consequence is simple. Opponents must plan for a player who can convert defense into offense without requiring volume scoring. Finally, the arc from freshman facilitation to sophomore system mastery captures a developmental pathway emphasized by the coaching staff. Strong's integration of assertive scoring into a pass-first identity leaves her role more flexible. That flexibility is strategic. It allows coaching staffs to deploy her as a creator, a switch defender, and a ball mover, depending on matchup demands. End note. The quiet game is not always an absence of impact. Sometimes it is the most efficient form of control. In stores on that afternoon against Florida State, Sarah Strong's quieter box score belied a performance that directed tempo, manufactured transition, and altered a game long before the final buzzer.
Prime Field